My dear brothers and sisters, we all, one way or the other, commit many sins in our lives. We are not responsible for others' sins, but we are only responsible for our personal sins. If somebody else in your family commits sin, it may have some spiritual impact on you, but you are not responsible for their sins. Therefore, you don't need to confess their sin. But there is something, it may make you commit sin, even though the sin is committed by others, because you participate in their sin. For example, if your siblings are your brother or sister, when you go to school or college, he or she is falling into some kind of wrong thing, maybe drinking, smoking, or watching unholy videos or something, and you happen to see this, but you did not inform the parents. You hide it because you don't want your brother to be hurt, or you know that your mother and father will shout at your brother, and therefore you don't want these things to happen, or you want to be in the good book of your brother. Therefore you kept quiet even though you saw your brother is doing something bad and terrible, and you did not allow him to be corrected by keeping quiet. Then you are participating in their sin, in his sin. Then you will have to confess your sin. Suppose you are living in a community. Suppose you are living in a community like we have in Divinity Center, and you know one of the team member is committing terrible sins, evil, gossiping, and all this kind of thing, and it is not good for the community, good for the retreat center. But just because if you inform the authorities, and the authorities may take action against that person, therefore you don't want to tell these things to authorities, and you keep quiet, you hide it, then you are participating in that person's sin. You are bound to confess that sin, though the sin is committed by someone else, but by keeping quiet, you are participating in that sin. You are supporting that sin. We are not supposed to do that. If you know someone is doing wrong, we should not gossip and spread it in the Facebook and say, oh, somebody is doing this kind of thing. We are not supposed to do that. But at the same time, if there is someone authority, the authority should be informed, and that duty we have to do. The authority should be informed so that this person may be corrected, and the institution also be protected, and the people who come there also will be guided, and they will not fall into sin because of this person. So therefore we have a responsibility, moral responsibility, to inform the authority concerned. If not, we participate in the sin. Where is it written this? Let's read CCC 1868. CCC 1868, we read, sin is a personal act.
Sin is a personal act.
Moreover, we have a responsibility for the sins committed by others.
We have a responsibility for the sins committed by others.
When we cooperate in them.
When we cooperate in them.
Now, how to cooperate in the sins of others? By participating directly and voluntarily in them.
By participating directly and voluntarily in them.
For example, abortion. A doctor is committing abortion, but a nurse is supporting it. Participating directly and voluntarily in this act. Therefore, not only the doctor is committing the sin of abortion, but also the nurses are also supporting it. They are also culpable. They are also having a responsibility for the sins committed by others. By ordering, advising, praising, or approving them. Somebody, you tell someone else to do some evil, then you are also responsible. If somebody, and you are advising a person to do something evil, okay, you give some bribery, you do this, you give back answer, you shout back, you use some bad words, you are advising them. This advice is a terrible sin. Suppose somebody did some very nasty thing, dirty thing, but you are praising that person, very good, what you did is right. You are also participating in the sin. If you say it's okay, you continue to do certain things. Okay, suppose somebody is drinking alcohol, or maybe you are supporting that person to drink alcohol, or you say it's okay, once in a while you can drink, no problem. And if he goes and drinks more, you will be responsible. You are participating in his sin. So it means you are approving them. And then the next one, by not disclosing
or
not hindering them
not hindering them
when we have an obligation to do so.
when we have an obligation to do so,
Because we are protecting evildoers. When we protect evildoers, not disclosing the mistakes of others to the authority concerned. And we have an obligation to hinder them from doing this evil. But we don't do it. By doing so, we have a responsibility for the sins committed by others. Knowingly or unknowingly, you are participating in the sins of others. The Lord is telling us right now. Praise the Lord.